Shawn C, Nike T, you and me, not for free. Look at my D, hang to my knees. Get your mans, and tell him to listen to Post Malone's Rockstar that features 21 Savage. I was listening to Rockstar while I was out yesterday, and motorcycle wants to go by while I'm talking for some odd reason. I was listening to Rockstar from Posty. It came to me why I feel like Post Malone is an artist that has appeal. We have melody and we have catchiness. Now, I'm not just here to talk about Post Malone's Rockstar. I'm talking about Post Malone as an artist. What is it about this guy that makes him constantly make music that ends up hitting the charts? Rockstar isn't his first time. I mean, I think he's done it with Too Young, and I think he's done it with White Iverson. I just really don't have any reason to dislike Post Malone, not only as a person, also as an artist. I mean, some of his things come across a little cheesy. You know, he's not the greatest performer, and I don't think that he's got, you know, lyricism down to a science, but I think that the catchiness within his music makes him more appealing to listen to than almost any other artist. Like, the amount of times I've replayed his music is crazy in comparison to other artists. Now, I know Post doesn't have the greatest track record with other critics, other random fans that classify his music as Starbucks white girl music. To that I say, what's wrong with channeling your inner white girl? No, that's not racist, okay? You all the white people who are watching this, you have an inner black guy, okay? It's nothing to be, you know, excited about. What is it about his music that makes you want to repress this emotion that it gives you so bad? Because I don't see anybody, you know, giving the same excuse for Post Malone that they do for Lil Pump. Lil Pump gets excuse after excuse, and people saying that this music is meant for this. Why can't Post Malone's music be meant for the same thing? I feel like Post Malone is Fetty Wap gone right, or gone white. We all know the extremely catchy music Fetty Wap was known for. He was extremely melodic, and again, wasn't that lyrically gifted, but he did get introspective on some tracks just like Post Malone does. But unlike Post, he never really took that anywhere. I don't know if it's his label to blame, or, you know, if it's just him not being consistent, but he's completely like off everyone's radar now. Post Malone doesn't even really consider himself a rapper. This is kind of an alias that many people tend to go under when it comes to artists who seem to be very melodic and, you know, seem to have a sound about them. I would group people like him right up there with, I don't know, Future, but you know, Future actually considers himself a rapper. And my biggest problem with Post Malone has, and for the life of me will continue to be until he finally decides to categorize himself, is the fact that he doesn't come out and say that he's a rapper when he's clearly rapping in a lot of his music. And a lot of people say this so that he doesn't have to take criticism for you know, sometimes having weak bars or not having the best flow, which is completely fine. You don't have to be the best rapper. You have a sound, you have a wave, you have a movement, you're very melodic. You don't really need to be the best lyrically. There are many people that agree that Post Malone's music is very shallow, which to me isn't really a problem. I don't have to, you know, have meaning with every single song that I listen to. And for the most part, Post Malone delivers, you know, the rock star mentality even that he totes in his most recent song with 21 Savage. It seems that Post Malone is very aware of the lane that he's in without actually admitting it. That's why he continues to make music that caters to that demographic. Whether he's conscious of this success or not is yet to be found out from people like me, but he's definitely aware of the fact that this music is becoming popularized. I mean, you look at his track record. He's got Too Young, White Iverson, Congratulations with Quavo, most recent one with 21 Savage called Rockstar. Like, you cannot deny this surplus of hit songs after hit songs after hit song. And the thing about Post, in my opinion, that, you know, makes him topple over rappers and makes him more interesting to listen to than some others is the fact that he has so much of his personal life that he has not included in his music. Even after everything that we've heard from Post Malone, I still have no clue who this guy is. He's got songs on his most recent project, Stoney, that, you know, cater to the idea that he may have had a broken heart, or caters to the fact that he had a come up, but nothing so introspective to the point where people could say, okay, I got a good grasp of who this guy is. That's why when they hear a song like Rockstar, they're like, maybe, I know at the very least, I feel like at this point in his life, Post is giving me information that he's actually going through. I mean, you look at the lyrics of Rockstar from Post. I mean, eliminate the Savage feature that you might like, eliminate the melodic, catchy tune of it, eliminate his vocals that have so many different variations and go into so many different ranges. When you look at the subject matter of a song like Rockstar, you feel like you're actually getting a current version of what Post is actually going through. The love for a song like Rockstar is the fact that it is so shallow yet so introspective at the same time. And it's really hard to describe a song like this because for Post, you can say that all of this is true, but at the same time, in life in general, this is a very shallow subject matter. But to take something that's neither completely shallow or completely introspective and make it catchy is something I feel like he's good at. Post is also in a unique position because he doesn't have to force any kind of hard mentality. Like, he doesn't rap about things that he's not supposed to be rapping about, rapping a lifestyle that he hasn't actually lived. So people don't feel the need to keep him on this pedestal like someone like 21 Savage or Gucci Mane. Since he hasn't rapped about these things, he's in a unique position to make what people would consider white girl music. Being in this unique position, he gets the opportunity to make songs that could be about his most recent concert, or it could be as introspective as not wanting to die too young. I mean, seriously, if you can listen to Lil Pump talk about taking Xannies like daily and selling crack, what's the problem with Post Malone? If you can listen to Future literally telling you the trap lifestyle in every song, what is the problem with Post? To me, I feel like Post Malone is a healthy balance between having trashy music and popularizing it while also having no substance to it, being okay with that because there are other artists out there who are doing the exact same thing but doing it to a much worse degree. Like, no one in the industry is doing this style of music that's as catchy, that's as melodic, or has as much replay value as I feel Post does, with the exception of a couple like Lil Uzi, maybe some from Trippie Redd. But even diving deep into their songs, they don't have that same natural melodic tone that Post seems to be able to carry out through majority of his songs. I mean, we can't sit up here all day questioning why Post Malone is in the position that he's in. He's there, and whether you think he's a plant or not really doesn't matter when there are artists out there that make consistently trash music all the time that get a pass. And I really don't like the term culture vulture because, like I said, if I'm going by the track record of every other artist and we're going by what hip-hop was originally intended for, everybody who's doing it right now is technically a vulture, and that includes some of your favorite artists. I think one of the biggest things that held Post Malone back in terms of his likability was the fact that he had a delay last year with his album that was supposed to be released in August, ended up coming out in December instead. Hopefully with his new project that comes out this year, he doesn't have any delay or any setbacks when it comes to the release date, because I already expect the album to be decent. I don't expect it to be great. I don't expect it to be a classic. But knowing Post Malone's track record with delivering really catchy tunes, really melodic music, having a sound about him, having vocal capability, delivering substanceless music while at the same time having replay factor and replay value to it, is pretty much all I'm expecting from his new track, Beerbongs Bentlys, I think it's called. That was the problem with his most recent album that came out. No one really knew what to expect from it. So when it did come out, and even after the delay and there was such heavy talk about it, people were anticipating the project because after hearing songs like Too Young and White Iverson and even his mixtape that came out, it was somewhat decent enough to get them intrigued and say, hey, I'm waiting for the album now. People are into the mentality of thinking that, you know, the more and more you wait for something, the better it should be by the time you get it, and that's not always the case. I feel like there would have been less disappointment for Stoney had it come out around its original release date. And basically going off people who don't want to categorize themselves as rappers, you can easily put Lil Uzi into the same conversation. I've got more enjoyment out of 2 projects from Post Malone than I have all of Lil Uzi's project, and he's released 6 or 7. Put it simply, Post Malone is everybody's safe space rapper. We don't expect him to do anything when it comes to talking about big events or social injustice. I don't go to him for politics. I don't go to him to get a deep message. I go to him to get trash music intentionally. I go to him to get very shallow subject matter, while at the same time understanding that even though this is a shallow subject matter, it's still subject matter that actually comes from him. It's not like, I don't feel it's fabricated. I feel like he's actually living these experiences, but I don't mind listening to them knowing that they happen to be authentic. Like I said, I think it's disingenuous not to label yourself simply because you believe that you're better at one thing than you are at the other, but you keep doing the other because you know it gets more traction. But if he can find a healthy way to incorporate what he truly wants to do into this popularized sound that he's developed, I don't really have a problem with it. So that, in my opinion, is why people even like listening to Post Malone, is because he has a purpose and he serves that purpose well. But of course, this is up for debate. Go ahead, leave your comments in the comment section below and let me know why you hate Post Malone or why you love him, what he does for you or what he doesn't do for you, and if you feel like he's even needed or necessary in today's music. It's been Shawn C, Nike T. I have no more rhymes left in me. Oh, that rhyme. Look at me. Look at me. Fuck on me. And I'll see you all next time. Like I said, just like what you like, you know. This is just my opinion. But people come to me for the opinion. So if there are people out there that want my opinion on something, I'm going to give it. So don't be upset with what I say, because it's just my opinion. You get to have your own. That's the beautiful thing about life. I'll see you next time. Peace.